All right, guys, we're here with the American Tennis Association. I got a couple of questions that I'm going to get answered. Everybody's been wanting to know the history behind tennis in the African American community. Right now, we have the Breaking Barriers chart here, and we're just going to get a few questions answered here from Daniel Wellington. He's going to answer a few questions for us. So, hey, Daniel, how you doing today?
Good, you?
Just fine. Right. Tell me about a little bit about what's going on here that you know about and who started this.
All right. Breaking the Barriers was started by Art Carrington, who has all the history of black tennis.
Okay.
Or we call it African American tennis.
I see.
I happen to know Art personally. Art started this a few years ago, collecting all the history of black tennis. He has articles in newspaper articles dating back almost to the 1800s.
Okay.
I was with Art when he put this together. And I was at the Tennis Hall of Fame up in Rhode Island when he put this together. And
okay, I guess we can look at a little bit about what's going on here on the wall. I noticed some of these, the early U.S. NLTA championships.
Yeah.
You know anything about that? Or
well, I know that he had a listing, a chart which showed all the winners in the ATA tournament.
Okay.
All of them. And he still has a book out about some of the history of black tennis.
I see.
One of the things that I've talked to Art about is when he did this at the U.S. Open, I mean not the U.S. Open, but when he did this, the thing was done at the Tennis Hall of Fame in Rhode Island. Then it was introduced at the U.S. Open. He had a display just like this at the U.S. Open.
Okay.
In New York.
In New York.
Right?
Okay.
Now, Art, from the history that I have from Art, knowing Art used to be Ashe and Althea Gibson's hitting partner. Mm-hmm. His son, Lex, was the first African American to coach a top 10 player on the circuit. Lex Carrington.
I see.
Lex used to be Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras' hitting partner.
Okay.
And when I go back to Connecticut, because I'm actually born and raised in Connecticut, I kind of work closely with Art, plus Art's into the U.S. ATM.
Okay.
And we do a lot of things together.
Okay, great. So this timeline dates from the beginning?
Probably 1800s.
Okay.
Into present, which is today.
Now, what's some of your favorite photos up here that you like the most, that you've seen?
Well, I happen to know, okay, we got Althea here.
Okay, show me which one you're talking about here.
That's Althea Gibson.
Okay.
I happen to know about her because I read her book. Also read her book. And I know that Dr. Johnson, who just recently, maybe 2-3 years ago, was selected into the Tennis Hall of Fame. Althea Gibson, Art Carrington, Arthur Ashe, Mr. Johnson had a tennis courts in his backyard, and they went in his camp, so to speak, and he used to take them to all black colleges to play on black college campuses.
Okay. All right, great.
It's just basically a little bit of some of the things that we can talk about as far as black tennis.
Okay, and so this is going out. I see I'm on 1942. This is going to stretch on out to 2015, 2014.
And there's also a film called Breaking the Barriers, which Art introduced.
Breaking the Barriers.
Yeah, Breaking the Barriers, and it's a film out. Bill Cosby's also in that film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, I do appreciate these words of wisdom and this insight on African American tennis here in South Florida, here with the American Tennis Association. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yes.